Joining me today to discuss industrial cybersecurity is Dan Scali, Senior Director of Strategy at Dragos. Welcome, Dan.
Thanks for having me, Sid.
To begin this, I always like to give a company, I know a lot of companies, a lot of people will know Dragos, but those who may not, can you please kind of describe where Dragos fits within this broad spectrum of cybersecurity solutions and products and things?
Sure. So Dragos is an industrial cybersecurity company, and that's the only thing that we do. So we don't really focus on the IT side. And we're a technology company. So our technology, the Dragos platform, does a couple things for customers. First, it can help them understand what they have on their industrial network, which is actually an issue, right, for some customers, even understanding like what's there in terms of PLCs or other control systems types of technologies. The second thing that they normally kind of move to very quickly after that is, well, is that good or bad? Are there any vulnerabilities in the technology? Are they compromised, or are there any cybersecurity threats in the environment? And so the technology can show them that. And then one of the other things that's really important is the ability to then take any alerts that are coming out of the platform around vulnerabilities, threats, or other information, and actually make sense of that and make that actionable. So we have these incident response playbooks that are built in to our platform that give a step-by-step approach for when you see this alert, here are the things that you need to do to go kind of research that and triage that and ultimately address it before it has any adverse impact on your environment.
One thing I see with a lot of our clients, and I hear a lot, is that a lot of companies tend to struggle maintaining their security. Is that something, first of all, is that something you see as well? And if so, does Dragos help them with that?
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a few ways that that we can do that. So, first, we have a professional services capability. And so consciously, even though we are a technology company and that's kind of the main product, we're able to help customers along their journey. So, if they want to do an assessment or if they need some training to upskill, their team and their expertise, those are all things that we're able to do. But then where the technology comes in and where some of the other approaches that we have come in is that actual maintenance. So rather than just taking a point in time of understanding where am I today with an assessment, to put that ongoing monitoring in place to understand your security posture on an ongoing basis. And then even if nothing happens from a cybersecurity incident perspective, which is what we're all hoping for, you can get a good understanding of how well are your proactive and protective controls holding up over time. Because oftentimes these environments can change. There's maintenance that comes in. There's maybe some network changes for various reasons, and those are all things that the monitoring and the technology can help look at on an ongoing basis.
Oh, excellent. A big theme at this conference and a lot of our writings and things are around digital transformation. And when I talk to clients, I find that sometimes the adoption is a little slower than they would like it to be, primarily because they're concerned about cybersecurity, or to be frank, the opposite will happen, that things get rolled out and the security people are upset because they aren't secured.
Yep.
But is that something that you see as well? And is Dragos do anything to help companies with that?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that cybersecurity is foundational to digital transformation and to migrating more workloads to the cloud or to other types of newer technologies or deployment strategies. And that's exactly where we help. If a customer has confidence that cybersecurity is taken care of, particularly as it relates to the industrial assets and the things that are actually critical to running the operation, they can move forward confidently with those digital transformation efforts that are going to have real business, tangible business benefits. That is the reason why they're even undertaking that thing in the first place. So we really look at it as a way that we can help to accelerate that, as a way that we can help to make that a reality rather than having cybersecurity be a barrier to adoption of those things.
And what about another trend we see is manufacturers relying more and more on their vendors to provide services? And from a cybersecurity perspective, is that something, again, do you see that? I always like to ask that question because I do my research here. And if so, can you help them with that?
Yeah, so one of the things that is actually interesting is in the sense that we're a provider, we have a managed service offering that we call OT Watch. And essentially what this is it gives our team the ability to log in to the customer's Dragos platform. So not their environment, but just our security technology that's monitoring the environment, and give them assistance on an ongoing basis with anything that we see. So we're gonna jump in there periodically and do threat hunting to look for threats in the environment or things that they should be concerned about. If there's any high severity alerts, we can alert the customer to that and just kind of be side by side with the customer and meet them where they're at. So this is something that is even used by customers that are just getting started along their journey and they need expertise of someone who understands the cybersecurity aspects in this type of environment to help them, or with customers that are really mature and they need just kind of to check in periodically, or maybe in addition to their security operations center or something like that. And so in that way, that's one way that we're actually helping our customers on an ongoing basis with keeping tabs on their cybersecurity posture in the environment.
And I know Dragos for many years, and I know you're well known for that, and particularly that with threat intelligence and things like that, you have a lot of expertise in that. Just a final question. A lot of companies, it's difficult to justify cybersecurity. It's the classic thing, you don't have failures. But is that something you help companies with, to do the justification for your own products and maybe cybersecurity in general?
Absolutely. And you mentioned the threat intelligence, which is definitely something that differentiates us in the market, in that we have an in-house threat intelligence team that's out there understanding what's going on out there, how are the attacks working, how are the attackers getting in, and then how to really address those types of things. And so we have the threat intelligence. We also have the playbooks that are kind of actionable. But those are the things that really differentiate us when we're working to discuss how we're different from other OT cybersecurity technologies. So back to your kind of original question, there's a lot of customers where we're actually trying to help them understand why they shouldn't just do nothing. And so that's where we can come in with training, with education, and meet the customers where they are, to be able to explain what the threats are, what our experience has been, what our perspective has been in responding to some of the largest and most significant industrial cybersecurity incidents in the world over the past few years that we've been working on this, and to be able to give them that perspective to maybe help them further along in their journey, or to maybe take that initial step to get started.
Dan, it was great talking to you today. I really appreciate you participating in this.
Yeah.
So,
likewise, Sid.
Okay.
Thanks.
We've been speaking with Dan Scali from Dragos. Thank you for watching.